October's here and there's a bit of a chill in the air, so it's a great time for a warm, hearty meal that also has some seasonal cheer. So I'm going to make a dish that I call Pumpkin Brain Chili Mac. Has some twist on seasonal flavorings: yam, bell pepper, jalapeno pepper, garlic, onion, a little bit of olive oil, chicken broth. For spices: salt, a tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon and a half of chili powder, and a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, ground turkey, and our pasta. Now for the pasta, the key part to that is the green color that's going to make up our brains. We could use spinach macaroni, elbow macaroni. I'm using spinach rotini thrown in with some tomato rotini. I'm going to start our chopping. I'm going to keep in the seeds and the core of this jalapeno pepper because I like a lot of spice. You could tone that down by taking out the seeds. Remove the top, of course. Now I'm going to take off the top of the bell pepper and seed and core that. The red represents the blood vessels running throughout the brain, so I'm going to cut the bell pepper lengthwise into thin strips, and once that's done, cut that in half. And we're ready to go. Here we have our half an onion. Just chop that up, dice that very well. Now we're ready for our garlic. Just a few cloves and we can chop that up quickly, add that to the rest of the ingredients. Now here we have our yam, and this is going to take the place not only of the chopped tomatoes, but also of the tomato paste. I've microwaved this for about 3 minutes. All we need to do now is remove the skin, and we're almost ready to go. Now, once the skin is all gone away, I'm going to chop that coarsely, mash it down just a little bit with the blade of the knife. We don't need a fine mash, but just enough so that it's easier to add in. We'll loosen that up with the chicken broth later. I did start the water boiling as I began to chop, so right now the water's already heated. I'm ready to add in the pasta, and we'll have that simmering as we start browning the turkey. We'll add a little bit of olive oil, and then we're ready for our ground turkey to go in. We can just even that out, and we can let that start to simmer and brown. Once it's browned for a while, we can add our chopped vegetables. And our spices. We'll give that a quick stir. Leave that simmering. Wow, I can't tell you how wonderful this smells. The cumin and the chili powder and the cayenne pepper just makes me feel warm and toasty already. Well, now the pasta's al dente, so we can turn that off. And then add in our yams. Now you see how it's mashed and it's kind of pasty. It's very thick right now, so we can add in our chicken broth and we'll loosen all of that up just a little bit. Pasta's done. We are ready to add that into the rest of the chili. Give that a stir, and we're done. Smells heavenly. Now I've carved off the top of the pumpkin. You can remove that, and now we're going to scoop out all the seeds and stringy matter on the inside. Get that nice and clean, and we can use that as a serving bowl. We have brains! It's brains! Pumpkin Brain Chili Mac.